another edition of Spotlight on Natural Resources. I'm Bill Wasner. With me is Ashley Belle. Ashley is an extension educator in environmental and energy stewardship. Welcome, Ashley.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. We're going to talk about something that we hear about occasionally, and it's really a vital topic, and that is radon gas. So maybe start by telling us what radon is?
Right, so today we're going to talk about indoor air pollution, specifically dealing with radon gas in our home. So what is radon gas? So radon is a radioactive gas, and it is a gas that is colorless and odorless. So people often wonder, okay, so how is radon gas formed and how does it actually get inside of my home? So with radon gas, if you think about uranium, we have uranium that's naturally present. It's naturally present in things like our soils, rock, as well as water. And as that uranium undergoes radioactive decay, it releases radon gas. And that radon gas can seep up from the ground and enter into our homes through, say, cracks or openings in our foundation. So oftentimes when you have, like, say, differences in air pressure and temperature differentials between inside of the home and outside of the home, it makes that home act like a vacuum cleaner. And so it sucks up that radon gas into our home through those openings. So I already mentioned the foundation having, say, cracks or openings where that radon gas can come up into our homes. But some other common entry points may be, say, our sump pump pits, the drains, as well as, say, cracks in the walls. Those can all be sources of how radon gas can get inside of our homes.
Okay, and I think I know the answer to this next question. Radon is harmful, right? What is the problem there?
Yes, so there are adverse health effects that can be associated with being exposed to radon. So actually, if we're talking about the developed world, radon gas, being exposed to it, is the second leading cause of lung cancer in the developed world. So exposure to radon gas sits right behind cigarette smoke as the second leading cause of lung cancer. So if we actually talk some more, break it down, looking at the statistics, radon gas is actually responsible for about 21,000 lung cancer deaths per year in the U.S. alone. And if we go further, looking at Illinois, it's responsible for about 1,200 deaths per year in Illinois.
Wow. So how do we know if it's a problem for us?
So, if you recall, as I mentioned, radon is an odorless and as well as a colorless gas. So oftentimes people are not even aware, they may not even suspect that radon gas is even in their home. And actually, radon has been found throughout homes throughout Illinois. Therefore, it is recommended that we all should be testing our homes for radon, regardless of where they are, geographically located. So since it is odorless and colorless, the only way that we would know if radon gas is in our home is that we need to sample the air in our home. And we could sample that air using a test kit.
Okay, so what kinds of test kits are there and where do we buy them? Where do they get tested?
Okay, so it's relatively easy to test your home for radon gas. In fact, you can do it yourself. So there are do-it-yourself radon test kits. And those kits can be bought at, say, your local hardware store or even those home improvement stores. And the test kits they're relatively inexpensive. So just depending on the test kit that you actually select, those they can range anywhere, say, from $8 up to $30. And with these test kits, I also want to mention that they can be purchased by mail order through a radon measurement laboratory. And typically the price of the kit, it also includes the cost of laboratory analysis. Now, like I said, these tests are relatively easy to conduct yourself. But if you're a homeowner and you're not sure about doing a radon test, there are licensed radon measurement professionals who you can hire to come into your home to conduct the test for you.
Okay. So now let's assume that we find out that our test came back positive, but there are things that can be done for the house, but what are they?
Right. So the first to tell you that the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency has actually set an action level for radon, and so that's set at 4 picocuries per liter of air. So what that simply means is that if you sample the air in your home and that the concentration of radon that's found in that sample is 4 picocuries or higher, then you should start to take measures to actually mitigate to reduce the amount of radon gas that's in your home. And so there are the licensed mitigation radon professionals that can help you to determine what's the most appropriate radon reduction system for you. And these systems can range anywhere from, say, $600 to $1,200, depending upon the construction of your home and what radon system that you select. But most frequently, one of the most commonly used methods is what's called the active soil depressurization method. And so what this system does, it just uses a fan and it draws that radon gas from beneath the house. So that system is basically collecting that radon gas prior to that gas entering into your home, and it discharges that gas, it releases that gas at a safe location that's typically above the highest eave of your home. So you want to make sure that you're always discharging that gas above the highest eave because it helps with diluting that radon gas with the outside air, and it also helps to minimize that radon gas coming back into your home. And if you happen to have people playing in the yard, it also minimizes exposing those people to radon gas.
I see. So where can we go for more information about either the tests or how to mitigate the problem?
Right. So if you're interested in learning more about, say, guidelines for testing your home for radon, or even locating a radon measurement laboratory, or even, say, a radon professional, there are several resources that are available electronically. So one of the sources is the University of Illinois Extension. Their website is takeactiononradon.illinois.edu. And then the Illinois Emergency Management Agency has a website, radon.illinois.gov, that will be all useful for helping you to deal with radon inside your home.
Very good. Well, for another edition of Spotlight on Natural Resources, this has been Bill Wasner and Ashley Belle.